Here we go. Everybody, get on up and do your stuff. You better get up. Take the rub off the floor. We're gonna groove right here a little bit more. Do your stuff. Don't be so rough. But you got to be tough when you do your stuff.
Morning and welcome to Bowls North Harbour Masters Ladies 60 to 74 years pairs. The second game that we've been live streaming today, and in the final we've got Jan Gledhill and Colleen Rice, both from Mairingi Bay, and they're playing Adele Ineson and Connie Mathieson from the Takapuna Club. So we had a Takapuna Club in the previous final, which was won by Gary Banks, and so Takapuna represented in this ladies final again, and an all North Harbour final. So I'd like to introduce my co-commentator Mary Campbell. Mary has just completed the 60 to 74 year old mixed and won 13-4 with her husband. So well done, Mary, and
Thank
how
you
are you
very
feeling
much.
now?
Oh, very good. It was great playing with Andy. Yeah, we don't often play together, so it was good coming up here.
So Andy's your husband?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
wonderful.
Yes,
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's very good. And you found the conditions good?
Fabulous. These greens here, they're running 17. They'll probably be running 18 this afternoon, I think, but they're running beautiful. Take your line and your weight comes.
Yeah, we sort of noticed that from the first game that we were watching, that the players sort of took 2 or 3 ends to get the weight because the green looked a bit slower than what it actually was.
It did. It had a bit of dew on it, so we all thought it was going to be a little bit heavier. So I think in my trial ends I put the first couple of bowls in the ditch.
And as we can see here, on the first end of this ladies final, where we've got Jan Gledhill, who's playing her backhand, got pretty open area to draw to.
Looks as though it's coming in very nicely.
Yeah, may not just have the speed.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. The 2 powder blue bowls there of Colleen Rice, and we can't see the other bowls of Connie Mathieson at the moment, so bit of pressure on Adele early on in the first end of this game of 12 ends again. So all our finals today are 12 ends and no time limit. So Adele choosing to play her forehand, and Connie's looking quite interested in it, and just again a bit short, but Colleen Rice has given the indication to her skip that they're holding one. So she's changed now from her backhand to her forehand. Mary, did you sort of have any preference the way you were playing in your game?
I started on my forehand going up, but found that the backhand side was playing better. So once I swapped, I found my weight a lot better. But it takes a couple of ends just to get that weight.
Yeah, as you can see here, the bowls are quite spread out. That last bowl of Jan's, certainly ran through the head, even though it was looking like
this one looks very good. Looks as though it's almost going to land on it.
Yeah.
Yep,
very good correction. Added that extra metre of weight and sitting jack level. So good start there from Adele Ineson. And we'll see what Jan's got to do with her last bowl.
It's on a very good line, it is, yeah. It's almost there, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, here it comes.
Finishing well.
I think. Yeah. No, she might be one down still, I think.
Yeah, Connie Mathieson confirms that. I think she might get Adele to change her hand just in case she knocks in that last bowl that came in from Jan. Be interesting to see. She plays her backhand. Staying on his forehand.
Yeah. As long as you take your green, it'll slip around that on this speed.
Certainly taking her green.
Yep, she's not far away either. Not far away at all. It's a very good bowl.
Yeah, very good bowl. Adele Ineson. So that's 2 to the Takapuna team and a great start. And were you leading or skipping today, Mary?
I'm leading. My spot's leading.
Your spot's leading.
I've probably lead. I've played skip a couple of times, but lead's my preferred position.
Yeah, and how long have you been bowling for?
About 27 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so lots of experience.
Yep. Had a couple of years off. About when I was about 24 years, I think I had a couple of years off. Health reasons, one of them, but yeah.
And you were telling me earlier that you play a lot with Dan Dickinson down in
Yes, I
Tauranga.
play our mixed pairs with Dan, and we were so looking forward to going to the Nationals, and unfortunately because of COVID, it's been cancelled, but he's a great bowler.
Yes.
Lovely person to play with as well.
Yeah, no, he seems certainly a gentleman, and he's very competitive on the green. He's very, very friendly off the green, as we see. Another
He's very good, yeah.
great bowl here from Connie Mathieson, resting toucher.
That's what you want from a lead.
Absolutely. Well, it starts to put the pressure on, doesn't it, on the other lead when you see a bowl that's sitting so close.
So close, yes. And it's all about getting second shot at this stage, and so not losing your bowl, trying too hard to. This looks a pretty good bowl too. It's a very good second shot.
Yeah, and it's over the head, so it does give her skip, Jan Gledhill, a chance that, if she wants to try and play a little bit aggressively, there's a catching bowl behind. But I think, Connie now, anything over the head would be really good for her skip.
Over the head or right on again. She looks like she's cut her line here. Just a wee bit tight as well. Yeah. But that's not all bad there. But you're better to have it at the back because of the no kill.
Yes.
Jack goes back on the 2 metres.
Certainly, yep. For those watching at home, and the kill is not a kill. The kill, if the jack ends out of bounds, it is respotted on the 2 metre mark.
Which the other team is just about covering, I
absolutely,
think, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Adele, she's quickly getting Connie to add a bit of weight to her last one and finish over the head. Would make sense. We'll see what she does here. So obviously Connie, being a left-hander, she's playing her forehand, playing back towards the commentary box.
And she's got a very nice bowl here. I think it might be on the jack rather than behind though. No, it's a wee bit short.
Yeah, finishing sort of right on the centre line. Be interesting to see. You don't usually see the leads having a run at the...
No, it's all about getting second shot.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This isn't too far away either. It's a pretty good bowl, really. So she's got 3 bowls over the head, which is pretty good.
It looks like probably that bowl that's sort of on the centre line could be second shot. Hard to tell with the camera view. But certainly as they're changing over, Adele will be certainly the more confident of the skips, the way their head's looking at the moment. So you were telling me earlier as well, Dan's getting married tomorrow.
He is, and we wish him well. Yes, he's. We were meant to be down there, but because we had finals today, we've decided to stay up here, and because we've got a fixture on Sunday. But yeah, good luck to Dan.
Yeah. I'm sure there's many other of his male mates down in Tauranga will be attending, and I certainly believe they won't run short of alcohol down there at that wedding.
No. That might even be out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that might be.
No, still in.
So Jan will be just looking to get in between those 2 front bowls, and if this drops, it'll be very, very close, but she's
Yes.
Going to get caught up, but it's definitely second shot now.
Yep.
Connie trying to get Adele maybe to change her hand, play her backhand, which will try and cover those
On the
those
2
bowls.
metre.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Certainly if it gets killed, there could be 4 down, so certainly taking that wider line.
It's a pretty good bowl. If
That's
it
a very
slipped
good
around
bowl.
that deep. Yep, very
that's
good.
a great
Very
positional
good
bowl
bowl.
by the skip.
Yes. So it's all about getting second shot, and you may get shot if you're trying for second shot.
Yeah. And as we found, I mean, I don't know how you found it over the week, but, playing the 12 ends, it's quite a short game than usually playing the 18 ends. So, getting off to a quick start or...
Yeah, just being on the ball.
This
You
is
can't.
very close.
Very good bowl.
Great bowl.
Yes. You've got to be on the ball. If you start losing numbers at the beginning of the game, it's hard to catch up with 12 ends. So it's all keeping it tight.
Yeah.
And getting second shot if you're down.
And as you can see, the result there of that great shot from Jane Gledhill, which she got onto the jack, that last bowl by Adele covered enough to only be 1 down, otherwise she'd be about 4 or 5 down.
Yep.
So, it is very important that you do have bowls that are close. Being Adele's bowl there it was nearly out of bounds.
Yep.
So
might have been in the ditch.
So the instruction here from Colleen Rice is just to draw inside her bowl that's...
she's going the other hand.
She's
doing the other
backhand.
hand, yeah.
Okay.
She's not far away.
No, it's always quite difficult to draw to an off-centre jack, trusting the line of the bowl.
It's probably one of my favourite things to do.
Is it?
Yep.
Yep.
I quite like an off-centre jack if it moves. You just have to stop and think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the Moringa Bay pair of Jan Gledhill and Colleen Rice off the mark. Picking up 1 there with a great shot from Jan Gledhill in her second to last bowl. So after 3 ends, it's 2-1 to the Adele Ineson Connie Mathieson pair from Takapuna. So how's things down in the Bay of Plenty bowls-wise? The clubs going okay?
They're going pretty well. I think we've been very lucky in the Bay. We've been able to play.
Yeah.
Auckland haven't been able to play that much bowls, so I think we're pretty lucky, really.
Yeah.
It's all a bonus for us.
Yeah, well, I mean, the closing down of a couple of clubs down that way, Amanu and
yes,
and also was it Gate Par as well?
Yes, yeah.
Do you think the numbers that people are playing down there? Do you still think you've got too many clubs, or?
I think so. I still think we should be combining a couple of the clubs. Just a personal view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know out at Papamoa they're growing.
Right.
They've got we live at Papamoa and my husband plays at Papamoa. But they've got big numbers starting to play out there, and there's a few plans in place at the moment for Papamoa, and I think they'll do really well.
Oh, that's great.
We've got 20,000 people out that way now.
Wow.
And it's growing every day.
Yeah, I just certainly drove on that new motorway going towards Wakatani, and you could see the massive developments that are happening out that Papamoa way. But a couple of years ago, when I was working for Auckland Bowls, I went down and talked to all the clubs. We got all the clubs together about looking at potential mergers or amalgamations and things like that, and just trying to ensure that clubs can stay afloat for the future.
Yeah.
As we know that, membership fees don't cover even the cost of the greenkeeper or anything like that. So, the more clubs you've got, the members are split, certain ways, which, the stronger clubs will survive, like the Mount and stuff. As we see the bowl from Connie Mathieson there, just about a metre and a half over the head, but
It's a pretty good bowl though. It's good to be there rather than short.
and I think that's what Gledhill has advised Colleen Rice, just to try and reach that bowl. She's got the shot at the moment, so it's looking like it's on a pretty good line to certainly match that.
Might be just a pinch heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be reasonably happy with that.
Yep.
Give her an opportunity to put another bowl on the head, but certainly Connie, who also plays out of the Birkenhead club where I play out of as well, is a very determined fighter from lead, and she's very a bowler that's a very thinking bowler about everywhere where her bowls are going and the corrections that she needs to make. And as you can see from here, she adjusts really well, and it's just out of the count at the moment.
It's great having good line too. Your bowl will always come back to centre line, and it's good. And just sitting in behind there is very good for the skip.
Yeah, well, the feedback we've had from the players who've played here all week have massive praise for Tony Rickaby, the greenkeeper here, that how true this green is running.
We've just been talking to him, and we were just so pleased with the greens. Last night when we played at 5 o'clock last night, and they were playing superbly.
Yeah.
You just had to let your bowl go, and it would do the work.
I think you'll find as this day carries on, we've got another final live stream at 2 o'clock, that the green may get another second quicker with the heat that's coming on it at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's 17, maybe a little bit more already. So, yes.
Yeah, when I was down your way playing for North Harbour 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was extremely impressed with the caddy greens.
They have a wonderful greenkeeper there.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, unfortunately, but he's a magnificent greenkeeper, and he keeps those greens in superb condition. Very, very lucky, hard worker.
Yeah, and clubs are very, very lucky to have greenkeepers like that. And it's one of the things that I've been talking about for the last 2 or 3 years, that what bowls needs, I believe, is some sort of academy for people who are inspired or wanting to become a greenkeeper, but obviously can't afford to do it without getting paid. That that there is sort of a greenkeepers fund set up. That we can get some young people, or it doesn't really matter about their age, but people who get interested, so that we've got a continuous supply of greenkeepers.
Yes, because we haven't at the moment, have we?
No.
It's pretty tough. And it's been tough on everyone with COVID out there. Greenkeepers, clubs, people in general. In New Zealand, it's been pretty tough.
Pretty close here for Adele, just under the line and just moving out. So still one down.
She's got 2 seconds there.
Do you find there's much attacking play in ladies' bowls? Guys generally probably stand up to the mat and try and whip that bowl out, or...
They do. We had that last night when we played Peter Sane last night. He attacked a few times, but because I was out drawing his lead, he really didn't have a lot to play to last night, and he was trying to make things happen, and sometimes it doesn't. But women do that, especially at the higher level.
Yeah.
Not afraid to.
I've certainly played with Peter quite a bit, and he's never shy of attacking. I think Adele here is potentially looking for this.
I think she's a
power
bit
to
tight
blue,
there,
but she is a bit tight. So that'll be 1 to Moringi Bay, brings the score to 2-all. And just a score update for the men's 60 to 74 pairs. After 4 ends, it was 2 each. David Ball and Ted Walker playing the combination of Lydiard and Bush from up north, It was 2-2 after 4 ends. However, after 7 ends, the David Ball, Ted Walker pairing have jumped out to a 9-2 lead after 7 ends. And we'll try and keep you up to date. We've got 4 finals all going on at the same time at the moment. So obviously the live stream game is the one that we'll be concentrating on, but we're getting score updates from people within the facility. So we'll keep you up to date as much as we can.
This looks a pretty tidy bowl for the first bowl up for Colleen.
Yeah, no, that's been pretty happy with that. It's about a metre over and pretty close to the centre line. Looking at the semi-finals of how these 2 combinations got here, the Rice Gledhill played Val Taylor and M. Wright in the semi-final yesterday morning here, and quite convincing win to Colleen Rice and Jan Gledhill. It was 16-4, and Adele and Connie Mathieson were playing the Estelle Hickey and Helen Blick combination from Carlton Cornwall, and again quite a convincing win of 14-5. So both of these teams had quite convincing wins in the semi-finals. As we see this bowl coming down from Colleen just over the head.
Connie set the shot bowl out, just drew to it and got a lovely shot there.
I missed that. I was too busy doing my homework on what was happening in the other in the previous games.
She played a lovely bowl.
She seems on a pretty good line. It seems like these ladies certainly coming this way towards the commentators' box have certainly got their line very, very well.
And that's a very good bowl too.
Yeah,
it's just past the head.
Splits those sort of 2 powder blue bowls there of Colleen Rice. And I believe your game with Peter Shane last night was it 15-1? Someone told me
it was.
Wow.
We were surprised. I mean, we were playing very well, and I was worried about going out and playing because I'd been playing all day, and we'd been off the green for 6-7 hours before we played. But we went and had a practice on the indoor rink over here, Orewa, the artificial, and that just got us moving a bit, and we just went out and found it, and they didn't, and they'd been on a bit slower greens down at Manly.
Right, okay.
So they had a huge, and I think that his lead...
I'm just remembering what his lead's name was. It'll come to me soon. I'll find that.
Good bowl by
Another
Connie.
2 great bowls there from Connie Mathieson.
She'd been here and played in the morning, and then she had to go to Manly and play 2 games, I think, and then she had to come back, so she was swapping. So it was quite difficult for her because the greens were so different.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but for us to, as we can see, the lovely Robin Walker, who's a board member of Bowls North Harbour here.
I know Robin well.
Who is kindly doing the lollipops for us. But, you know, for us to be able to make this event happen, we've had to spread around all the different sections all around the North Harbour region, or this wouldn't have been able to go ahead.
Yeah, I just think the only thing that why it happened like that yesterday is that Peter's saying they'd tried to put an entry in, they couldn't get an entry into their preferred age group.
Right.
So they got put into our age group because there was a bye.
Right.
So they were playing in another age group in their other disciplines, so that's what caused the wee hiccup.
Yeah.
But in the end, it worked for us, so which was nice. I didn't think it was going to.
No, wonderful win, and then 13-4 today in the final.
Yes, and Minna's staying with us. We're sharing, so it was we were all having a bit of a laugh last night, and she had a lovely lead.
Yeah.
She'd never played with him until this week, so he did very well as well. So, Derek.
Yeah, well, certainly Adele needs to add about 3 or 4 metres on their first bowl. Maybe she's putting that first one there in as a block, so that Jan Gledhill couldn't run straight at it, and maybe she's trying to put another one in here as this sort
She's
of...
going to draw it just about. Yep.
Yep, well, that's close enough.
Yes.
So 3 shots there, but plenty of shoulders to sit on.
It's a very good shoulder there.
So Jan's been instructed by Colleen to change hands and play a backhand. And she'll just be looking to arrive and land on one of those bowls, hopefully.
Just a bit quick.
Yeah.
Just a bit quick. Great line, but...
Yeah, hitting this ball here. Add another one.
Just don't want to leave any shoulders when you've got shots like that.
No, you certainly don't want to make the target any wider, do you?
No. Sometimes you can get a little bit greedy.
Yeah.
But this is her last bowl anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a free bowl. So
And I think she's going to draw it as...
run
Yes,
a
she
little bit.
is. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She'll get
Yeah,
4 shots
good enough there. And Connie gives her a big clap, and the 4 shots to the Ineson Mathieson combination. So again, we were talking at the start of the game, 4 ends in, dropping a 4 like that. I know it's still early-ish days, but not like when you're usually playing 18 ends. You're sort of a bit more relaxed that you can always come back. But certainly they'll the Myringy Bay pairing will be keeping an eye on that scoreboard that they need to start sort of winning a couple of ends pretty quickly.
Well, we picked up a 4 during the week, and then we dropped a 4 about 2 ends later, which wasn't good. But anyway, we kept on our toes and won the game. But yeah.
So what do you do then mentally? When you just dropped a big number like a 4 and that. Is there anything special that you do, Mary?
I try not to panic. I just get down and play my bowl and try and get as close to the jack as I can, so it makes it easy for Andy to either play shots, or if I'm over the head, for him to play to my bowls and bring the jack back. But I just try and get as close as I can with that first bowl. And
another great bowl from
that's
Connie
a very
again.
good bowl. She's a great bowler.
Yes, she is.
Yep.
And that's 2 touches in a row with her first bowl.
And that's what you want from your lead. If you can get that close with your first bowl, and if you've got a really good feel for the green, you'll do it again. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it just starts to put a little bit of pressure back on
Yep.
Colleen, because she's a bit heavy there and gone into the ditch. Because she's trying to get as close as she can and stuff like that. And if Connie adds another one here, it just starts to build that pressure.
You just have to put it behind you, the thought that there's a bowl on the jack, and you're just drawing to a jack, not worrying that there's already a bowl there, and sometimes you'll draw it cold.
Yeah.
If you try too hard, you'll either do this drop short or go over.
Yeah, as we saw with Colleen's first bowl that was that went into the ditch. Again, very experienced player, Colleen Rice.
It's all about line on the screen.
Yeah.
You've got to have good line. If you don't,
You sort of get punished a bit, don't you?
you do get punished.
They're better weight from Colleen Rice, but
It's that sort of bowl's no good for a skip.
no.
It's better to be behind, or
Yeah, because it's hard to slice the bowl sideways, especially if you're only drawing.
and there's nothing for you to use.
No.
Yeah.
So Connie Mathieson probably looking to at least be over the head.
Or even get another shot there to have 2 shots. Yes, and she's looking very good here. Might just be out of it, but that's a very good bowl.
Well, certainly, if the jack's going to be brought backwards, it's going to be in that direction.
Yep.
So Colleen Rice with their last bowl for this end. Looks on a pretty decent line here. She's got the weight, she'll go close, but
Just that line again. See,
Yeah.
she's better off to be playing for second shot rather
Yeah.
than trying to move the jack at this stage. It's for the skip to move the jack,
Yeah.
especially when you haven't got anything there.
So one shot confirmed at the moment as the skips change over with the leads. Yeah, let's see what Adele does. Ideally, like you said, a good second shot will certainly put a bit more pressure on Jan Gledhill anyway for the...
Yes, she'll play her forehand and just beat those two side bowls.
Yeah.
If she can slip round that, she will have a very good bowl. But I think she's just going to be under it.
As we find, they sort of really cut across a little bit heavy too.
Yeah, actually the weight's not too bad. If she'd taken a bit more green, it would have come back onto the jack.
Yeah.
Stay out. Stay out. Take it.
I've just seen a great bowl there from Jan Gledhill, who's pulled the jack and taken it right back towards the ditch.
Has she made a two of it or
It's
one?
a tight measure. This one might be the shot.
Oh,
It's the match in front. Push the ball or draw.
So even though she's moved the jack, it's a measure for shot.
yes.
Certainly a lot of
It's
traffic
just-
to come through to try and reach the ditch. Oh, she's got a nice...
Very good. Oh,
gonna
just
fall
a
in the
bit
ditch.
quick. Mm.
Those are all out if you want to, but whatever you see.
Jan Gledhill coming on her forehand, I
It's
think.
looking a bit tight, isn't it? Unless
Yeah.
she gets a wee... No.
She's going to bump into the short stuff.
Your weight was good. Just a tiny bit of green. That's
It's
the
good
shot
instructions.
Yeah, Connie is very, very positive with her instructions and tells exactly what the skip needs to hear and, you know, how far away the bowls are and things like that. So it gives Adele the opportunity to process that information.
So a very... Oh, very good line.
Just going to get tied up there.
Yeah.
So
Bring it in round to here. It'll count. Even if you hit that one, it won't hurt.
So last bowl of the fifth end, coming from Jan Gledhill. She's trying to draw around those powder
Just
pink
might
ones.
be a wee bit...
She gets around that.
Oh, unlucky.
Really?
Oh, it might fall in.
Oh,
Could be interesting. So we've got one Takapuna bowl there where I think Connie's going to measure to first, and then go to those other two Moringi Bay bowls.
so I wish Dan and Maria good marriage tomorrow
Yes.
and have a good night.
So where are they getting married?
They're getting married near their sister's house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in a garden, I think.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully the weather's good. Yep.
Yeah, the forecast is pretty good. It's going to be similar weather to this. Good job it wasn't last weekend.
Yes, we would have got blown away last weekend. They would have. Oh,
Okay, so that...
no, they're not measuring that other one. So.
No. So it's a shot there to Gledhill's team as we see Robin Walker giving the red lollipop show of one. So 6-3 after 5 ends. And we will be giving you updates on the 2 other finals that are currently going on. Certainly the men's 60 to 74 pairs. And there's another final going on as well. I'm just struggling to see that at the moment, but we'll keep you up to date as much as we can.
It's men's pairs as well, isn't it?
It must be the men's pairs 75 plus then, is it?
Yeah, there we go.
Right, so the joke was thrown in the ditch and it's been spotted now. So looking now, giving Colleen the opportunity with leading first off the mat to put the pressure on Connie this time and get one pretty close. And she's on a real good line here.
Very good line. She's going to just about sit on it there. Yep, very good bowl.
Yep.
Very good starter.
So
Probably about 8 inches still.
yeah, giving her a nice clap there. So we see how Connie can respond under a little bit of pressure now that she's got a bowl that's pretty close to beat. She's usually always pretty calm and collected, Connie. She never gets excited or you don't see much emotion or expressions from her. It's all usually pretty much the same.
It's really good when you're like that, if you can just play your bowls and don't panic.
A couple of metres over. So what else do you get up to in your spare time then, Mary?
At the moment we've got our grandson heading off to Otago University on Sunday, which
Wow.
he's 18, and so we had a weekend with them last weekend, have dinner with them before they head off, and we've got another granddaughter up here off to Auckland University. She wants to be a teacher.
Right.
Joel he's doing medical down in Otago, and he wants to either be a physiotherapist or a radiologist at this stage. So yeah,
Oh, cool.
and we spend a bit of time with our families when we can. Bowls sort of runs our lives a lot.
It does.
Yes.
Both you and your husband? Does he
More
play?
me so. Andy's gone. He works at the Tauranga Boys College as a teacher aide. So he works here 3 days a week.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, certainly word of advice to your grandson is keep away from certain streets of Dunedin and Uni. They end up having lots of parties.
Yeah. Well, he's in the halls, and he's in the medical side of the halls, I think.
Right.
So, and he's a pretty studious boy, but I think he'd like to just be out of home. Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of my wife's, her son has just completed his first year of university down at Otago, and he's just gone back this week, and he got very much into the student culture down there, and he ended up failing a couple of papers, I think, purely, and he was the same sort of guy, very shy and stuff before he went, but certainly found the culture down there, the drinking culture. So
yeah. He's pretty good. He's one of these kids that doesn't like staying up late at night. He gets up, he does all his study early in the morning.
Yep.
He's always been a child that got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he'll be in bed by no later than 10 at night. So that might play in his favour.
Very well disciplined.
It's just the way he is.
Oh no, that's great, especially someone at that age in their teenage years. Usually you find the opposite, that they sleep all day and play all night.
They're not allowed to sleep all day at home because they have to work for mum and dad, and they've got a business on their property, and they have to earn money for their uni fees, so they work 5 days a week when they're at home.
Yep. Oh well, no, that's great.
It's 2 months over.
So at the moment we see that first bowl of Colleen Rice is still shot. Adele's been advised to get around that sort of bowl that's at about 1 o'clock.
Nice to get
short.
another one on the head there, eh?
It's coming back. I just don't know if it's got enough weight to get there. It certainly was a good line.
Yes.
Metre and a half short. Just a quick update in the 75 plus men's pairs being played here. A final between Gary Banks and Dee Galloway against Peter Shane and Ivan Zonich of Carlton. And at the moment, Gary Banks, after 4 ends, is 5-1 up against the Shane and Zonich. Men's 75 plus, and that's after 4 ends. And just a quick update on the men's 60 to 74 pairs after 10 ends, or what do we have after 7 ends? David Ball was up 9-2. And a bit of a comeback from the Northland boys. Now after 10 ends, it's 10-6. So getting quite close there, and that's with after 10 ends, so 2 ends to go.
2 ends, 4 shots.
Yep, which is certainly doable.
Yep.
So that's going to come down to, again, like many games we've found here, have come down to the last end. We've had lots of games that have gone to extra ends. It's, you know, that 12 end format is sort of brings that out in the score if you can keep them close along the way, Mary.
We've enjoyed the 12 ends. We actually really like it. You just have to be on the ball. Just have to be on the ball with it. So, it's going to just slip around. So is Galloway, that's no relation to Michael?
Have a look.
I'm not too sure. I'll have to find that out. If he's any good as Michael is, then...
well, Michael's grandmother was a fantastic bowler in Manawatu.
Oh, really?
Royce Galloway. Absolute wonderful bowler. And his dad's a very good bowler as well. He was from Manawatu.
Yeah, well, Mike's an outstanding bowler. And
lovely
and
person
such a
with
gentleman.
it. Yeah.
He is.
Yep.
You couldn't find a nicer guy, and it's quite interesting, you know, when you play against him. He again never gets rattled. He never gets frustrated with his other teammates. I played in the Champ triples down in Hastings last year, and we both met in the semi-final, and we led most of the way with 3 ends to go until we dropped to 4. And there were bowls within, you know, sort of 30 centimetres, 60 centimetres from the jack, and Mike played a bowl that was unbelievable that you think that he couldn't have played, and we went 4 down. It wasn't that our bowls were miles away.
Well, they're from a family. I mean, his cousin's Russell Meyer that was in New Zealand team. So the Myers, Russell's mum was a Galloway.
Yeah.
So the Myers and the Galloways were very good bowlers. Yeah. And Michael's just such a lovely person too. He's got that very nice personality.
I saw Adele Ineson there just playing with a bit of weight, trying to remove that shot bowl, but was a little narrow. And so it's 1 shot again to the Gledhill side. So they're hanging on in there. We're at the halfway mark. And Adele Ineson and Connie Mathieson from Takapuna are leading Jan Gledhill and Colin Rice from Murringy Bay 6-4. So
very close.
A very good North Harbour derby, as they may say, with these 2 particular clubs. So, you know, that's what I found, you know, talking to people throughout the tournament where they've come from various different places in the country, but even the Auckland clubs and particularly North Harbour clubs, you know, there's some people that haven't met each other, and the friendships that have been formed have just been brilliant. Oh,
it's fabulous. It's yeah. We were here 2 years ago, and we won the 4s with Gail Melrose team.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the same people, you know, have lots of fun. And the girls from Queenstown, we always meet up with them, and they were here yesterday watching. They were playing as well yesterday. So always good to meet up with other bowlers.
Auckland has been quite a good hunting ground for those Queenstown and Alexandra ladies.
They have, yeah.
Won the big Birkenhead Pairs once.
Yep.
And
I think Linley O'Callaghan won the last lot of pairs in this last time we were here.
Okay.
Her and her lead.
Yeah, just going over the head. Yeah, well, Linley, she got beat in the quarterfinals yesterday by Adele Hickey and Helen Blick.
Yes.
So certainly qualified and got through the section play, but just missed out.
Okay. Was that the fours?
No, that was in the pairs.
Oh, because they got beaten in the fours too yesterday too, didn't they? Against the team from Orewa here, wasn't it?
Ah, right. Okay.
I think the Orewa fours, was it? I'm sure they were.
Okay. I haven't caught up on all the results. I was working till late last night, and sort of came in here. I knew who was playing in the final, but I sort of only got the results of the games that we're covering, but certainly have a look for that and wait for our further updates on what's happening in the other men's finals. But I don't know if the breeze is starting to get up out there.
Trees aren't moving very much,
but the bowls just seem to be swinging around a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, the flags are slightly. There's not huge breeze.
No,
not after Sunday last week.
Yeah, no, I had the men's Interclub Sevens that was at Browns Bay on Sunday, and luckily their flagpole snapped in half.
Oh, we saw that at Browns Bay,
yeah. Yeah, luckily it happened at 10 to 8 when no one was there. So that's how strong the wind was.
We were at Browns Bay playing our fours, ladies fours, and there was a crane behind us, and I'd hate to have been there on the Sunday.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the cranes are huge and just...
yeah, they're building a new retirement village behind the club there.
Yes, there was a small one there, wasn't there?
There was a small one next door, and they're building a bigger one. I mean, these days, and, you know, we look at our sponsors, Ryman's here, who they're going ahead with lots of construction, both here and in Australia. But other healthcare providers for retirement villages, they're just popping up everywhere. They're sort of becoming the lifestyle choice of a lot of people who, you know, can, the way the house prices at the moment, if they're fortunate enough to own their house and be mortgage free, they can sort of cash up
and you can just go out and play bowls, and
a lot of them have got bowling greens.
All the work's done for you around the village, and you're looked after well, and there's meals there if you want them, and you know
lots of people to meet, and you know, you build up a good community.
And especially for older people on their own, it's a great place. You're not on your own. You've got people around you.
Yeah. Just going through the head again. Yeah, this end's not looking the most...
No. They've just lost it a bit, haven't they?
Yeah. That one at the back seems to be the shot, and that's Connie Mathieson's bowl.
Right, that looks like it's shot.
But at the moment...
But there's plenty of room to draw.
Absolutely. This looks like it's on the tighter side again. They
bowl out the front, maybe just coming under, but the bowl out the front, maybe just putting them off their line.
Yeah.
You only have to sweep around it, but they're obviously trying to cut their green to come under it.
Yeah, well, as you can see with those last three bowls that have gone across the head, the actual shot is around that bowl, not underneath it. But it looks different, obviously, from the other end. So Connie sort of told Adele, why don't you try your forehand? And that's probably the green you need on your backhand. And
it's just a bit
heavy.
quick.
Yeah,
it was just too quick. It might be even getting a bit quicker out there for them.
Yeah.
With this, because there's a bit of sun out there now. It was hot in our game. It got very hot in our game. So it'll be even hotter out there now.
I see Jen
She's
Gledhill
missed her
again.
line
She
again.
just missed her line, so...
Just
Let's
beating
put-
this ball, Adele, you get another one.
Oh, so they must
Okay,
have
so
shot.
they've got shot. Okay, so Connie's changed her hand, which seems to be the right idea. It's just believing in that green. And
Trusting your line.
Yeah.
You just have to trust your line, and
this certainly is on
If
a better line
it
than the
looks
last one.
very good. In fact, it's going to be shot itself, I think.
Yeah,
Played it
Yes,
well.
it is.
very
It's
good.
very good bowl. Very good bowl.
Well done.
that's what the skips get paid the big money for.
They do. That's why I
Mary?
pay Andy when he was out there. Well, he pays me to lead, actually. So.
Oh, right. No, that's fair enough. So, 2 there to the Ineson Mathieson combination from Takapuna. So, score after 7 of 12 ends is 8-4. So still not too much in it. You know, it's only 4 shots. Still 5 ends to play.
4 shots is you're just getting that second shot, and you'll get first shot, and just
Yeah.
slowly creep up on them. And Gary Banks, how's they going?
So he was 5-1 up after 4 ends.
So he's already won 1 gold medal today. So,
Yeah.
and he's got another game after this as
Yes,
well,
he
hasn't
has.
he?
Yes,
He's got
yeah.
4s after this, hasn't he?
Yep, 3 finals in a day for Gary Banks. Talking to Gary earlier, he's been up early this morning and really looking forward to it. He's, like I was saying in the commentary of his game this morning, he'd be one of the most relaxed, laid-back bowlers that I know. Even when he's down, in the Auckland 242 about a month ago, he was playing in the
Was
final
with Wendy
Wendy
Jensen?
Jensen. I don't know
Yeah.
if you saw that, but they were 15-2 down
Oh
with
my
about
goodness.
8 ends to go, and it just changed quickly.
Yeah.
But Gary never once did he give any negative energy or look away from Wendy
Hands
or
on
anything.
hips.
Yeah. All of those things that skips tend to do.
He's very easygoing. He's a lovely person.
Yeah. No, he is. Yeah.
His sister's out there watching him.
Yes, she is. Yeah. And she says that Gary is the player that he is because of the way that she coached him and stuff like that. So there's always a bit of banter going on
There
between...
is. There's banter always going on with Gail, no matter what.
Yeah, so
Yep.
look at Connie
Oh,
here's going
very
to pick
good
up
bowl.
the jack.
Very good bowl.
So, a toucher as well. So 2 shots there, and again, Jack's off centre. So we'll make the necessary adjustments to bowling to a different spot.
Anne Muir's game, is that out there as well? She's out there.
Have they started yet?
Or maybe they're having trial ends.
So we've got another final that's, I think, about to start shortly. That's the ladies pairs. We've got lots going on here at Orewa today with the finals day. But again, can assure you that we are sticking to the government's mandate and guidelines of not having more than 100 people at this venue. We've got people at the door checking all the vaccine passes of everybody, make sure that everybody's vaccinated, and also counting the numbers to ensure that we don't go over that 100 mark. So it is quite important, certainly, that we're privileged that we're able to, to play the sport when so many others at the moment can't.
I think we're very lucky. Very, very lucky. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, so...
No, I was talking to Selena earlier, and obviously the next sort of, after the Nationals being cancelled, for us is the Intercentre. that we're hosting here at North Harbour. But Bowls New Zealand said they were going to release some communication today to all centres. They are doing everything in their power to make it go ahead with some strict protocols and contingency plans. But again, you know, it's a month out from that, and it's just so uncertain what's happening.
And anything can happen in a month. The numbers seem to be going up and down, and
yeah.
Good weight. Do you want to, is that in? Do you want to check it? No. That Dutch in front. That's in. It's in. It's deep. Come inside
See
it.
when Gray there walking past, giving Adele a little tap of the shoulder, wishing her luck. Wynn's going to join me later on in the commentary box for the men's fours games.
He'd have a lot of knowledge, wouldn't he?
He has an immense lot of knowledge.
No change.
So he's going to be
Your
with me
weight
for the
was
men's
good,
fours,
just a bit of grit.
60 to 74. So if Adele here can play that same weight as the last one with a fraction more green, she'll go very close to drawing the shot.
It's quite a spread head again, though, isn't it?
Yeah, she needs to get under that.
She comes under that, she'll have
she'll
a good...
go very close.
She needed a wee slide off there.
Again, just that weight. So at the moment, Moringa Bay holding one. Looking at the body language of Jan Gledhill there, she's a little bit not too sure about the line and length, but that one has sailed past the ditch. So we will be going to an ad break shortly at the completion of this end.
Off your last.
Connie putting her foot out, telling Adele where to bowl it to. Do you find that very good for you when you're bowling, that someone puts a foot there?
I don't like a foot.
No?
Unless I ask for it.
Right.
I like to know exactly how far over I am in feet, inches, metres, whatever.
Yep.
And I usually can adjust to that as long as I've got my line.
So you can visualise that.
I visualise it.
Yep.
I think I've got better as I've got older. Visualise better.
This looks pretty close. So
Right.
depending on the weight.
Just going a little bit quick.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So
One down.
one down there to Takapuna team. So one to the Moringa Bay side, and we'll just go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with you shortly.
Are you ready? Yeah! All right, here we go. Everybody, get on up and do your stuff. You better get up. Take the rub off the floor. We're gonna groove right here a little bit more. Do your stuff. Don't be so rough, but you got to be tough when you do your stuff.
And welcome back to the ladies 60 to 74 pairs of the 2022 Bowls North Harbour Masters, proudly sponsored by Ryman Healthcare. And we actually haven't missed much in the in that quick commercial break.
No.
Apart from the delivery of the jack.
3 shots behind by the Gledhill team, which isn't very much, with another 4 ends to go. It's only one an end.
They pick up one an end for the next 4 ends, and you know they go ahead and obviously win. So that it's quite interesting in a game of bowls how the game momentum can switch quite quickly, even if it's just ones and twos, or sometimes big numbers. How all of a sudden, you've got Connie, who 3 ends previously was putting bowls right on
Right
the jack.
on the jack, and she's not now.
And now she's got the weight right, but the direction, and that can be nerves, it can be concentration, but
I think it's all about the focus,
Yeah.
and just focusing on what you do well.
Certainly lucky she ran into her own bowl
Very
there, because
lucky.
that
It was going quite
it
quickly.
was going into Orewa town centre. But hey, it was her bowl that was in the way, and managed to use it to her advantage. But yeah, unless you're sort of miles ahead, and you feel that you can relax a little bit, it comes back to that concentration.
It's just keeping your concentration, and it is being relaxed as well.
Yeah.
I think as soon as you start getting it, this looks a pretty good bowl, Connie.
Yep.
Yep.
She's drawn the shot there, Connie
Very good.
Mathieson. So where they're coming from, that looks to me a little bit quick.
So you play in the North Harbour team?
Yes, well, I'm in the North Harbour squad, but
How much more we
of
make
16.
for ball?
But we've been very fortunate that there was two centres who have pulled out of the inter-centre. And Bowls New Zealand didn't want to have any buyers if they could. So they put out an expression of interest to centres that were in close proximity to Bowls North Harbour, if they would enter a second side. I'm fortunate enough to be, great bowl by Connie Mathieson there, holding two shots now as they switch over. So I'm in the what's called an emerging players team. It's our second team.
So that's a bit controversial, do you think, or not?
Well,
Having two teams from one centre, having two bites at the cherry?
well, yes and no. From my personal selfish point of view, I think it's great. But Auckland have also got another two sides in there as well, and
Either way.
there's a New Zealand-based Cook Islands team, so that's filling up the gaps.
So that's not really inter-centre then, is it, once you get a Cook Island team in there?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can look at it a few different ways. I mean, the way she's played with, she's knocked one of them out.
Yeah.
So Ineson's still holding one.
You're a bit
Another
big
one
ball
there.
here.
Yep, needs to get another one on the head. It gives both Auckland and North Harbour the opportunity to, to show some developing players or players who were very, very close knocking on the door of the top 8 an opportunity to play. But I think what Bowls New Zealand have said, that
Coming this
wherever
way.
it is next year,
Drag it back. We've got
say
two
it's in
catches.
Bay of Plenty, just for argument's sake, that the same thing happened, they'd do the same thing.
But I think probably it'll stay in the main centres, do you think?
Oh,
So
with
that
the
then
hosting of the tournament.
So that then cuts out
Mm.
some of those centres having that extra team.
And just seen there, what a
Oh,
great bowl
yes.
again from Jan Gledhill.
Four down.
Four down.
She attacked with her first bowl and got rid of the shot bowl. Now she's attacked
You
again and
just
she's
cut
got
it
rid of
down.
the
Yeah,
other
four
shot
down.
bowl. So currently she's holding 4 shots at the moment, which puts
Which one? The
an
last
extreme amount of pressure on Adele
four balls
Ineson.
high.
Does. And is this her? Oh, she's
think
got
she's-
2 more
she's got
bowls, so
two more
she's got
bowls, so-
2 chances to draw it.
Trying to see. And she's got quite a lot of room to actually draw.
She hasn't got bad line either. Not bad line at all. What's the weight like?
It's a
She
bit
just
quick.
needs the jack. Oh, just a bit quick.
Just
Oh,
missed
a
it
little
there.
bit
Yeah,
tight.
Just draw to here.
Yeah, just
So
a
she-
little bit tight.
May have cut one out. Just looking there. But Jan Gledhill can put another one close.
To change the game.
Could make a massive change to this game.
And she's not far away
no,
here, I
she's
don't
not.
think.
She's on a great line.
I think she's going to draw it cold, I think.
Great bowl.
Draws short herself. So it's 3 great bowls from the skip.
So Ineson, oh no
No,
more
Ineson
bowls.
doesn't have any more bowls left, so that's 4. And then they're going to look for...
Oh, she did have another bowl. I thought she did.
Oh, I
Oh,
beg your pardon.
Yes, there was another
Yeah.
bowl sitting back there. I thought there was another bowl
oh
coming.
dear.
So they've kicked all those bowls
they've kicked
out.
all the bowls out.
No.
So we need to get a
Actually,
ruling.
I did that yesterday.
Oh, did you?
But, well, 2 of us did, but we only kicked 2 bowls out, so we knew where they were going because we weren't used to having last bowl. But kicking the whole 4 bowls out.
Yeah, that's...
I thought there was another bowl sitting.
Yeah, when we looked at when they were 4 down, and
I don't think they were
we
that
saw...
close.
Can you remember? They were about
They have to agree on where.
where they are.
I think Jan's was a bit closer because it was nearly the shot bowl. I don't know. What's the umpire want to say? Does the skip want to come down and have a look? I'm sorry. I did not realise. Did not realise that it's hard.
Well, they both took them out, didn't they? It wasn't.
Yeah, well, Connie's apologising to Colleen.
4 or 5 to measure
four
that
down
and that.
and then
But
we had to measure.
this one are definitely. This one is about 2 ball high.
That one. Okay, you put it where you
Okay.
think. Yep.
Actually, I think
It's up to you.
because it's interesting because Connie took them out, so maybe the other team should be placing them. I think.
Oh, okay.
It'd be interesting to get a ruling then. If Connie's the one that's taken them out, then
And the opposition's bowls.
Bowls.
The opposition bowl should be able to place them.
yeah,
As far as I know, it's not for Connie to place them. They have to agree anyway
Yeah.
on where they were.
Well, you can actually play your shot.
You have to play your shot.
Yes, yes. We moved
As long
it.
as
Well, I
we
mean,
agree.
yes.
As long as we agree that these are counting and they are behind.
Depends where they were though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well,
They're just
well, it changes the
The
shot of Adele Ineson. I mean, Adele doesn't look too happy. She's got her hands on her hips, and
they look a bit closer when you look
yeah, it's
from
hard
here.
to see.
Well, I'm just looking through there on this screen, and they look a bit closer
yeah.
than what they were.
Yeah, certainly that
It'd be nice to be able to go
First one.
back and on the film and see
Yeah, they-
where they were. Just want to wait.
So, for anybody who's just joined us, we're in a bit of a unique situation where the 2 leads removed all of the shot bowls, and then we're looking at measuring the 5th bowl for shot.
Oh,
Okay, so there's been a ruling made by the umpire. Even though Adele Ineson had 1 bowl to come, they've agreed that...
are they going to replay? Oh no.
No, I'm just looking
Is
at
that 4 or 5 shots? But she didn't play her last bowl,
Didn't
did
play
she?
her last bowl. So the situation was that the leads removed 4 shot bowls and were then going to measure or looking to measure for the 5th. But
But why wouldn't she play her last bowl?
yeah, Adele Ineson hadn't played her last bowl and
Is it-
still hasn't. So whether there's been a ruling from the umpire, we're just waiting for confirmation of that to see what the score is.
And the jack's gone in the ditch now.
Yeah, well, it's
But surely you'd play your last bowl.
Well, unless they agreed on the 4 and said, well, since you guys moved the bowls, I don't know if we can try and find a ruling on that from one of the umpires. I'll see what we can do, because I'm interested to see. Okay, it was 4. So all of a sudden, in that one end, the lead has changed. The Gledhill team picking up 4 on that end, on a bizarre end that we're still awaiting a ruling.
Good timing.
Yeah, so we've got someone going to talk to the umpire who's going to be able to give us a ruling on what that decision was. Anyway, the game continues, and after 9 ends, the Mairangi Bay team have just gone in front by a shot after picking up 4 on that last controversial end, and then seeing a bowl here from Colleen Rice that's very, very close to Jack. Very good bowl. Yeah. So again, we're talking about momentum swings.
Yes, and this is where you've got to just put that behind you, and you're only, the Inesons are only 1 behind, and they just need to settle and get near the jack.
Yeah, well,
don't
Adele
worry
Ineson
about.
looked quite upset when she came down to try and reach the decision. So yeah, like you said, you just got to blank that out of your head now, and you know, you've dropped the 4. The 4's been scored. That's what the scoreboard says.
Well, see, we were lucky yesterday. We did the same. We moved 2 bowls, and Andy called out and said, "I've got another bowl to play." So we replaced the bowls, the 2 of the leads, put them where they were, and they were already counting.
Yep.
And he played his bowl and drew another one. So I just can't understand
why Adele didn't play that last bowl.
Why she didn't play that last bowl.
See, now we see here, you know, those 2 bowls of Connie Mathieson's, you know, whether that last end's had an effect on her or... Another great bowl here from Colleen Rice. So look, bowl here from Connie Mathieson, and she sits on both bowls. She's cut one of them out. Very good bowl there, and as they switch over, Jan Gledhill's team from Mairangi Bay are holding 1 shot, but certainly plenty of bowls there to rest on for both of the skips. Anyway, I think Mary has kindly received an update about that last end, so I'll let Mary explain what the reasoning behind Adele Ineson not playing her last bowls.
Yeah, I'm still not sure, but the skips couldn't agree where the bowls were taken from and put back into, so they chose not to play their last bowl, even though those bowls were closer. I thought they were closer than what they were originally.
Yeah.
But the ruling was that they would just give the 4 shots away and
start again.
Yeah, Adele Ineson wouldn't play her last bowl, which I find very unusual.
Yeah, well, it was a ruling from the umpire.
From the umpire, but I still can't understand it.
Well, I'm sure there may be a
Someone will be able to tell us
after the game, because certainly Jan Gledhill has really got into her straps here,
Mm.
and the previous bowl that she just played to that, she sat out the closest Takapuna bowl of Connie Mathieson's. They're now 4 down with a lot of bowls to aim at, and Connie's telling her to go straight at them. So.
Oh, she's got a very good bowl
she's
here.
got a great
Very
line.
good bowl
She
here.
might even get the kitty itself. So she's knocked one or
They've got 3 still.
holding 3. So I only just got rid
Yes.
of the shot bowl. But there's another 3 of them there, and
I think at this stage you just have to put it behind you. And I mean, it's happened, and you can't let it upset you.
yeah. But like you said, that's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
Just receiving an update from the men's 75 plus pairs. The team of Banks and Galloway 11-2 up over Shane and Zonich, and that's after 8 ends. So Gary Banks looking in very good position at the moment
For
of
another
picking up
gold
his
medal.
second gold medal of the day. Well, we've got a meeting here going on of the Moringi Bay team, just deciding what sort of bowl or what position Jan Gledhill should play her last and put it, because I'm sure, really, I mean, from Adele Ineson's point of view, she attacked with that last bowl, but she really can't afford to drop a 3, so...
No, but the marker actually put up a thing just one, so I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
She held up
Alright.
one lollipop.
That's what
I think.
happens when all the bowls are the same sort of colour or reasonably close to it. The first game was quite easy. No, she's playing a backhand, so still looking to draw into that bunch. That's
Oh, that's
Ineson's-
who's there,
That's
yeah.
Ineson's bowl, yeah.
So she might, it could be
I
2.
think it's definitely 2 that Gledhill's holding. She was just trying to put one around the back there.
I think
Adele Ineson's still up this end with talking to her leader what shot she's going to play. I mean, I'd be looking, if it was me, to try and play with maybe a yard on, playing the backhand, looking for the bowl or the kitty, because there's a catching bowl about a metre behind of Connie Mathieson's, which would give them 2 shots, or 1 if she just sat on the bowl completely.
And she just has to go up to the mat and just breathe.
Yes,
You know,
take your time.
settle herself, and I think
and-
Connie's going to tell us
and have a
who's
look.
got shot, or how many shots. No.
But I think that's the shot.
One and a measure.
Okay. So she needs to beat that bowl there and just rest on it.
Yes, I'd be playing the same hand again.
Yeah. If she's a bit narrow, she might get the jack.
The only thing, if she plays heavy, she might actually sit her own bowls out, but she's not a bad line.
No,
Not a bad line at all.
all on her weight.
It's just a bit quick, I think.
Yeah.
Just a bit quick.
try.
It's a lot heavier than I think she intended to play. So we've got 1 taken out. And I'm sure they'll measure for the second one. I think Connie Mathieson saying there to Colleen Rice, well, if you want a second shot, you can measure.
Looks like 2 from here, but maybe not. Now Connie's going to measure, I think.
Well, it does make a big difference, 1 versus 2.
It's getting very hot out there.
It's getting very hot in here too.
Yes, touching that. She nearly moved the jack then as well. It's 2.
2. So 2 shots to the Gledhill Rice combination from
Puts him-
Moringa Bay. So that,
Puts them 3 ahead.
yep, takes the score out to 11-8. 2 ends to go. Still not impossible
No, it's only
at all.
3.
It's only 3 shots.
Yep.
But certainly it's an end that the Takapuna pair need to win. Even if it's just a single. They can't really afford to lose this end.
No,
No.
they need to win this end with at least 1,
Yeah.
hopefully 2. Is that in the ditch?
Looks like it's gone the
Connie, you
Yes.
ditch.
Now this is their chance to put it where
Yeah. Like-
they want it.
Like we saw in the previous final, that the jack ended up in the ditch, and they went as short as possible, just the 23 metres, and that was it. And it worked to their advantage. They picked up 3 shots. It was the most shots
That's
they
my
picked up.
favourite length.
Yeah,
It's one of my favourite lengths.
short one.
But I don't mind playing any length
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
But I always think to myself, if you've put the jack in the ditch and they've put the jack somewhere, you just have to play your best bowl to beat them
Yep.
and not worry about where they've put it.
It's something that I've learned, like I said, haven't been bowling nearly half as long as you have, but how important it is that I've learned over the years of the delivery of a jack.
Absolutely.
Whether you lead in a
It's a very
pair,
good
a
start.
triple or fourth, great start. Or if you're playing singles, the same thing. I used to just hurl it up there, and it just wherever it ended, and you try and play to that as if you can. But
Yeah, well, I prided myself on my jacks and throwing them. I hardly ever throw them crooked.
yeah,
I throw them straight, but I pride myself on the weight of it as well. But occasionally you get it wrong, but you just think, oh, well, I got it wrong. I've got it correct
yeah,
when they change length. And sometimes I get in my mind, I say, oh, that's good. They've played what the length I want it.
yeah, correct. And then also, when you're playing a game as it's progressing and you start seeing what the other team's doing, they might be looking to play long ends, then you shorten it when you get the jack straight away, just to try and put them off their game a bit.
Absolutely. This is just a bit quick, I think.
Yeah, not too bad. Just the line again.
Yeah, just a fraction quick.
Colleen's a little bit narrow on her first 2 bowls. Colleen Rice. So Skip's asking for it to have one finish on the other side of the head. And that looks a better line than it.
She might be a bit tight as well. Yeah, tight and light, I think.
Yeah. So perfect opportunity here for the Takapuna side to certainly get one really close to the jack and put some pressure on. Even if she's...
Because Gledhill hasn't got a bowl over the head.
No. Both Connie's ones are over the head, and any jack movement to her is all in her favour. Line looks pretty good here again.
It's a pretty good line. Looks like a pretty... Oh, no, it's just... Yes.
Yep, that's coming
That's
back.
it.
Yep,
She may have 2.
falls in. Just... we've got a little bit of a laugh and a joke there with Adele Ineson and Jan Gledhill, so things can't all be that bad out there, even after that mix up with moving the bowls. Okay.
Oh, it's a measure.
So it's a measure. That's interesting. I've never seen a lollipop lady pushing them together like that to indicate a measure. I see the men's 60 to 74 is finished. Just trying to find out who won that.
would probably be Gary Banks, was it?
No, he's in
Oh,
the
he's in this.
75 plus. They're still playing.
It
was a David Ball game.
Good ball. Great ball.
Oh,
I'll
right.
try and give you an update on the men's 60 to 74 pairs. Last time we had an update, it was 10-6 to Ball after 10 ends, but I can see the players in the clubhouse now, so I'm just trying to find out who won that game, and I'll let you know as soon as we can. Anyway, back to the ladies' game, and see Adele, Ineson.
She just needs to move that jack a fraction,
Yeah.
and she's got a couple of... Oh, so close.
Okay, so they've
You'll be fine.
got those two wing bowls, Moringa Bays, and the three sitting in behind are all Takapunas, so it could swing both ways depending on...
Only need a touch on the jack
Yeah,
by Ineson, and they'll have a 3 or 4.
this looks tight out of the hand to me.
It is. I don't think she's up either, is she?
No, so she'll be very disappointed with that bowl. Only thing is that will it get in the way of...
Shouldn't do. She
No.
came under that last time.
Play it again.
So that gives her a good guidance, really, that she's looking to aim at that bowl and drift
Just-
underneath it.
Even if she uses the side of it.
So she's pointed it
She's
well.
on a pretty good line.
She's got the
Here's
right
her
speed.
weight. It's going to just run away, I think.
Yeah, it's going to cut too quick.
Oh, she was just an inch tight.
There's so many Takapuna bowls waiting there.
Even if you roll yours in, it won't hurt.
Oh, this is up.
Ooh, ooh, she doesn't want to move it. No, just ran through the head. That was...
You want to come and see?
She got one more bowl, I think.
Yeah. So I
Just
think what-
needs a fraction more green. Her weight's not too bad.
No.
You just. That is a shot there.
Yeah, but
It's
that one
tight.
looks
isn't
tight.
it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's holding
Oh, no,
up.
yes.
It's holding up. She hasn't got the weight.
She had the weight in the first one. It's,
Mm.
you know, it's going to be, geez, measure all round, I think.
Mm.
Update on the men's 75 plus pairs. The last update I gave you was that Gary Banks was well ahead. But there's been a big comeback from Peter Shane's side, and after 10 ends, it's Banks leading Shane 11-9. So 11-9 to Gary Banks in the men's 75 plus pairs after 10 ends. And I'm still trying to find the winners of the 60 to 74 men while this measure's going on.
You might be able to tell us something.
Try the one behind you. This one. We'll be on the safe side, Connie.
One down.
We're one down.
So I've just been informed that David Ball from Carlton Cornwall, their pair, I haven't got the official score, but I have had confirmation that they did win that game. David Ball partnered with Ted Walker from Carlton Cornwall. So congratulations to David, who's the general manager of Auckland Bowls.
And Gledhill got the shot on that game.
And Gledhill got the shot in the last. Okay, so
4 behind.
playing the last end. Not impossible.
Peter.
Great start here from Colleen Rice. It's over the head. I know it's a good metre over, but when teams are looking for big numbers, it's very difficult when you've got bowls behind the head that, you know, if you need to move something.
Absolutely.
But really, I think, you know, when you reflect on this game as it stands, that controversial end of where the bowls were lifted, in particular by Connie Mathieson there, thinking that all the bowls have been played, is certainly the difference in this game, really. I mean, those 4 shots.
It is. It is. It may be short.
Yeah. She's taken a... No, she with the line. Both on
2
the centre
beautiful
line.
lines, yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, chance here again for Connie to draw inside her own bowl. Currently holding shot. Again, on a pretty good line. She's got the weight for it to come back to
On
the
a
centre
very good
line.
line, yep. It's a bit short.
It's a bit short, but it's enough at the moment, probably holding 2.
Plenty of room to draw though.
Yeah, Colleen Rice been told to change to her forehand, so she's on a pretty good line too. This would be very close.
Well, if she sits there,
Just a little bit heavy,
just a bit heavy.
but still again.
It's only one they've got.
Yeah.
Connie just needs to slip around her bowl.
Yeah. Oh, she's a bit heavy, run into it and promote it. Again on a pretty good line.
On a very good line. Might be going a bit. Unless she beats those ones, which she has.
Yes,
Oh,
yep.
very good bowl.
Yep.
Sit there.
Okay. So
That's 2.
that's 2. So now all that Adele Ineson needs to do is to add 2 more.
And stop Colleen Rice from drawing.
Yeah.
Yes, I think they might regret that end.
Yep. Oh,
It's
well.
going to be the talk, isn't it?
Oh, hang on that.
Oh, 3.
Holding 3. Okay.
But there's plenty of room still.
Oh, absolutely. And someone of Jan Gledhill's experience, I'm sure, will be able to get in between one of those 3 to cut it down.
She's a little bit
She's
tight.
very tight on this one.
Yeah.
And short too.
Yes.
So big opportunity here for Adele Ineson to really put some pressure back on the Mairangi Bay skip.
You just don't want to give them an edge
No.
to come off.
It's best to leave as big a gap as possible, but
But you want the points.
correct.
It looks a bit tight too, doesn't it?
Yep. And short as well, I think. Yep. Wow. She'll be disappointed with that one. That was a great opportunity to put some real pressure.
Especially if you drew it cold.
Yeah. So
That looks a better line. Although it might be going a bit. It is.
it is, yeah, that's going to go around right down the back where they've already got 2 there. So, okay, Adele Ineson has another chance here. According to the Lollipop lady, Robin Walker, they're currently holding 3. And she gets one close here.
She's tight
She's
again.
tight again. but and short.
Oh, it might come in. Might come in. It beats that front one, I think.
Yeah. See how far behind that other one is.
Mm.
Oh well, it's three and a knock.
Oh,
Okay.
this
Wait
looks
for
pretty
this
good.
final bowl to come here from
This
Jan
looks pretty
Gledhill.
good. This is a shot.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
that's why you have 3 bowls in a
Yeah.
game of pairs. That makes it near impossible. The only shot I can see that Adele Ineson has is to
To run it.
Run
and
the
stay,
bowl.
Sit and stay.
yeah.
We have 4 seconds.
Just a
Well,
quick
they've got
update.
4 seconds.
Just a quick update. The 75 plus men's pairs, Banks versus Shane. After 11 ends, it's 11-10 now to
And
Barry
and
Banks.
Shane's lead has just drawn the shot. Toucher.
Okay, so that's going to be a very, very nail-biting last end. So Shane 1 down on the board, but holding shot on the head at the moment. So, bit of discussion going on between Adele Ineson and Connie Mathieson as what.
And this bowl's short for Gary Banks's lead. Has dropped short.
Okay, so we've got obviously the marker saying it's 1 shot to Murray Bay, which we knew that from Jan Gledhill's last bowl. So, yeah, if they've got 4 seconds, then really she's got to try and take it out clean.
Mm.
Doesn't need to worry about staying there. I think she can see it. She's certainly lining up as if she's playing with weight.
She's on a good line. Oh, she's going to get that. No,
No,
she's
gonna
tight.
cut. She's going to run into that front bowl. What does that do?
No.
No. So it's all over here in the ladies 60 to 74 pairs, and a good come from behind win by Jan Gledhill and Colleen Rice from Mairangi Bay, beating Adele Ineson and Connie Mathieson 12 shots, 13 shots to 8. Congratulations to both parties, and Mary, thank you so much for coming along and helping me commentate. And I believe you're going out for lunch now.
Yes, going to celebrate our win.
Go and celebrate your
Going
win.
to celebrate with Minna as well. She'll come with us. Her partner's gone off. He's off on holiday or something. So we'll go and celebrate somewhere and then come back and watch Gary play again this afternoon.
Wonderful. Oh, well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and thank you so much for all your hard work, and have a enjoy the rest of your stay in Auckland and have a safe trip back to Tauranga.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Mary.
Are you ready? Yeah! All right, here we go. Everybody, get on up and do your stuff. You better get up. Take the rub off the floor. We're gonna groove right here a little bit more. Do your stuff. Don't be so rough, but you got to be tough.